Hello and welcome to literally 3 weeks later to my first kombucha making video. Right here we got my SCOBY that I made. I know that I said that I was going to buy a SCOBY, but I decided to hold off and wait, and I'm glad that I did because 1 week after making the kombucha, we started to grow a SCOBY. It's been 3 weeks since I started it from scratch and prayed that it was gonna work. This is my booch. Look at all of those cultures at the bottom. All like craziness, right? The only thing that has really changed is that I also started fermenting flour and water, aka making sourdough. So that's what this little white thing on the back corner, right there where my elbow is, that's what that is. There she is. There she is. Let me take off the top to this so then you guys can see my SCOBY. She's beautiful. I'm so impressed. Look at the SCOBY forming at the top. So again, a SCOBY is the symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. She's smelling like some booch. We have our SCOBY. Now what I'm going to do is I also, just last night, got some flip top bottles. And because I want to make flavored kombucha, I want to make some fun booch. So we're essentially going to take this booch that's uncarbonated, just original plain booch. We're going to pour her into this with some extra fruit. And then we're going to tighten, very, very tight. If you guys know sourdough, you guys have to let it sit overnight because it allows the bubbles to ferment into the dough and let it rise. Same thing with the booch. With the booch, we are closing the top. And the reason why we're closing the top is because it forces the pressure that's going to build up into this bottle into the booch itself. Because all of the bacteria and yeast are going to be eating all the sugar from the fruit that we're going to be putting in here. They're going to be burping. And those burps are the carbonation at which we drink in our kombucha. You may see those bubbles right there? Those are little yeast and bacteria burps. That's the carbonation that we're talking about. Because I had a bandana over it, that bandana allowed the gas to escape. So it never pressurized the gas into the liquid itself. So now that's what we're gonna be doing for the next 7 days. And every single day, I'm gonna pop this top because I'm burping it. So you're just gonna simply pop it, let the air come out, and then you can just close it back. You do that once to twice a day. It also allows the bottles to not absolutely explode because you don't want to build up that much pressure. You do want some pressure though because it's going to infuse into the drink. That's how you have carbonated booch, like naturally carbonated, which is really, really good. I'm going to look up because I know there's a certain amount when it comes to this SCOBY here. Remember, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm not an expert by any means. This is me just winging it and praying to God that it's gonna work. With that being said, I need to say this SCOBY, obviously, that's what we spent so long making. I'm gonna have to keep my SCOBY naturally, and I'm also going to have to keep a cup or two of the original booch liquid. You use that kombucha starter liquid to make more of this booch so that I can make more of this booch. And then it's just a cycle. But I don't have to wait 3 weeks now because my SCOBY's already made. So there's already like a lot of bacteria and yeast in here that allow me to speed up that fermentation process. So while this is being pressurized, this will be creating my next kombucha. We're gonna be drinking these, and then you have your booch. That's what we're gonna do. I hope it turns out good. Maybe I'll make an original booch too, like carbonated original. Yeah, I'm so excited. If you guys want to see how I made my SCOBY, go watch that video. I've been enlightened, so I'm ready to bottle the kombucha. Also, one thing, I've been lying to you guys. The SCOBY is not the thing on top. SCOBY is actually the pellicle and starter kombucha. That is your SCOBY. Let's do this thing. A little brown spot. Is that okay? Yeah, no. Kombucha people. It looks fine. Look, she's got a brown spot. Look at her though. She's so pretty. We're gonna give her a little stir so we can get all of the goods mixed in. We're gonna pour. So now this is the SCOBY. This right here is the SCOBY, the starter liquid with this actual pellicle in it. I'm gonna put her to the side though because we don't need her right yet. We need her for my second batch of this stuff. All of this stuff now gets to go in these beautiful jars, and I get to make some really fun flavored kombucha. So I have a few ideas. I first and foremost want to make a plain one because I want to try a plain kombucha. But I only want a little bit of it. I only want enough for me because I will probably be the only one drinking kombucha. I'll probably bring some like to and from work unless some of my friends want them. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'm going to do a plain one. I've never seen anybody do this, but I don't have apples in cinnamon because I really wanted to do like an apple cider one. I'm going to be doing banana in cinnamon. Hopefully that turns out okay. We'll have to see. I've never seen a banana kombucha, but I'm going to try it because this virtually cost me nothing to make. I had to buy like the bottles and my jar and one bottle of kombucha and $4 of black tea. Truthfully, like it's gonna cost me less than $1 to make kombucha every week. But I want to do lemon. I want to do lemon honey because lemons don't really have a lot of sugar. So I was gonna put some honey in there, so it's like a lemon honey bomb. And then I want to do banana cinnamon and then original. Let's do it. I need my cinnamon. Cinnamon. This is black tea, so I can make some more bitch. So I'm gonna make this one my original. Now we're gonna make bitch. First and foremost, take my lemon. We'll make the lemon one first, lemon and honey. I feel like the honey will be a perfect sugar for the bacteria and yeast to utilize, but we shall see. Nice and squishy, juicy lemon, right? So we're gonna take the lemon in half. Lemon juice. Second half. Whoop. Turn off with that magic. I have secondary one. Okay, and lemon juice. And then I'm gonna put 20 grams of honey in it. That's 20 grams of honey. I'm gonna shake this a little bit and then I'm gonna take a little sip of it because I think that's too much booch in here. So take a little bit of this out. I'm very lemony. Cool. Put the top on, shake. I'm gonna leave her out. Very lemony, but very good. All right, next. This one's gonna be my original. I'm just gonna add a little bit more sugar. And the reason being is because when I am giving her this secondary ferment, she needs some food, aka sugar. So we're gonna give her approximately 10 grams of sugar. 10. Cool. And we're just gonna take it. Gonna flip, 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 flip. Prepare a little bit. Just let some of that air out, and then close it back up. Because she's gonna produce enough air, I don't need the bottle to actually explode. And then the very last one, we're gonna do our banana cinnamon. I thought this would be good, so we're gonna take this banana. I'm just going to essentially take the full banana, because bananas are high in sugar too, so that would be fun. I'm gonna take the funnel, tweak. I'm going to take my banana, I'm just going to pop. Then I'm going to take my banana, I'm actually going to place it in here, and I'm going to mash it. The reason being is because now we have banana puree, kind of like applesauce. A lot easier because, think about it, if we mush up banana, I can get it in and out of this jar 10 times quicker and easier than I would if it was actual chunks. And then I'm going to take my cinnamon, and I'm going to put some cinnamon inside banana. So I'm mushing up this banana and putting it into this flip-top sort of jar reminds me of a story. My mom will hate the fact that I'm telling this, but I think it's hilarious, so I'm going to tell it anyways. We were on vacation and on an island, and my mom, we went to this restaurant and my mom fell in love with this banana rum, but she didn't really realize how potent this banana rum was. And she bought a whole bottle. She went crazy over this rum and she got rum drunk and was like going crazy at night. It was so funny. It was definitely like the memories that my family will never forget. Like she wanted to go swimming in the ocean. By the way, it was like a very like riptidey, not safe ocean to swim in. And my mom was like, nope, I'm going swimming. And we're like, no, you're not. She goes, try me. She had so much sass from that banana rum. Definitely a tale to tell. But mushing up this banana and making banana kombucha is reminding me of that story with my mom. So mom, if you ever watch this, hope you're not mad at me for telling that story. And secondly, if this turns out good, I will make you some banana kombucha. Just pushing all this banana mush. Last little bit of banana. Okay. Cool. That is a lot of banana. If I'm not mistaken from watching so many other kombucha makers, is that stuff will eventually start to sink to the bottom. First, we give her a few little shaky shakes, making sure that everything gets off the sides. Just like that. Look at that. Cinnamon banana, original, lemon honey. Whoop, whoop. I'm feeling very accomplished today. Very. I feel like Anthony Ant does that all the time. He catches himself in the mirror and he's like, Sorry, F. Alright, now we got those 3 bottles. We have a loosey-goosey bottle that is just going to not have kombucha in it. This will just be good to have because I'm going to fill up 3 at a time. I need to make more booch. So I'm going to go on ahead and do that. I will be making that in a different video though because this one's plenty long. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to make my kombucha for the second time. I cannot believe I'm saying that. But now that I have my official SCOBY that I made all by myself with the help of hundreds of millions of bacteria and yeast. But now that we have the SCOBY, I'm going to go on ahead, make booch the same exact way as I made it last time, but instead of pouring in at the very end my Gingerade kombucha, I'm gonna pour in my SCOBY and then let it sit for only about a week, up to 12 days. Because the SCOBY, since it's already created, will be all set. I don't need to wait any longer. So lots of fun things. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about how I made my SCOBY, how I made my booch, let me know in the comments below and I'm happy to help. But now I officially could say I'm a kombucha maker. I'm really excited to try these. I mean, the few sips that I had of my other kombucha was delicious. So this is the start of a whole new world. All right, bye.